Please, do not play Hollow Knight Silksong. Let me explain why. I think most people know that the first Hollow Knight is really hard. Many people even consider this to be one of the hardest video games of all time. However, despite its difficulty, I think the overall progression of the game is very kind to players starting it for the first time. The tutorial is fairly easy, but has some challenge in it to show players what they should prepare for later on, alongside teaching them the basic controls. When they enter the first area, the player now has a feel for the controls, but are now faced with multiple small challenges that they have to learn how to get through. Upon entering the second area, the game gets a little bit harder, which makes players learn even more about the gameplay and how to adapt to it. This game is constantly throwing new challenges at the player that steadily get more difficult as the game goes on. And while they will be hard at first, by using the knowledge they gained from previous challenges, they can use that knowledge to strategize how to get through this new one. Plus, due to Hollow Knight's non-linear open world, if a player is met with an obstacle that is too difficult for them to get through, they can always go and try to do something else and come back to it later once they have improved. Now when it comes to its sequel, Silksong, it does exactly the same thing. It starts off easy and progressively gets more difficult to allow players to understand the feel for the gameplay, which is amazing. I love how this game is trying to teach new players through progression just like the first game. So what's the problem with this game then? What reason would I ask you not to play this game for? Well, to answer that, let's talk about me for a moment. I am a man who's been playing the first Hollow Knight for years. I've done multiple playthroughs, beat every boss at least twice, have way too many hours on. I have 112% of this game before. I beat Steel Soul mode in under 5 hours. In all honesty, I would consider myself to be really good at Hollow Knight, but despite that, when I played Silksong for the first time, I struggled. I genuinely had a hard time getting through this game on my first run, despite me thinking that I would have no issues. I feel like I was playing the first game for the first time, for a second time. Because if someone like me is having a hard time with this game, then I can only imagine how hard it would be for people who haven't even touched the original game. And my point still stands about its progression system, which is definitely still there. But to me, it also just shows how freaking hard Silksong is. Many people have even described just the tutorial of Silksong to be similar in difficulty to the entirety of Hollow Knight. So when I say you shouldn't play this game, I'm mainly referring to those who have had no experience with Hollow Knight before. This game was clearly intended for people who have already played and have gotten good at the first game. Now, that isn't a bad thing per se, but it only makes me imagine how egregious this game can be for the people who haven't played the original. I'm not trying to downplay this game at all, by the way. Silksong is an amazing game, and I love it so much, and I'm certainly not complaining about its difficulty, sort of, but I'm just giving a warning to those who do want to play it, because you will struggle. Just like how I struggled in my new video that you can watch right now. Click the playhead at the bottom of the short if you wanna, you know, might as well get out of the way since you're here, you know.